Pastor Shelley.
Hello, sir. Bo Ballard, how are you? Hello, Pastor Shelley.
I guess I've been better.
Yeah, me too. I guess I just got on Facebook and found out that Pastor Shelley decided that he was going to kick me out on Facebook publicly without telling me, and I don't know. I thought I'd give you a call and ask about it.
Yeah, after reviewing what you said to me, and thinking about it, it seems pretty clear that you don't even keep taking back your apology for criticizing me in the past, and so that means you weren't even sincere when you apologized. And if you feel that way, and
well, now
the things that you said about me, then I don't want you in my church.
Well, now remember the day I talked to you. I guess like 2 days after you originally called me and yelled at me for railing on you or whatever. And I explained myself, and you told me that you believed me, you understood that it was not intentional, that it was not what it looked like. And so, I mean, if not meaning to offend you and being clear about that and sticking by that is taking back my apology, then I took it back 2 days later. Remember?
There's a difference between saying, my goal was not to try to attack you, but I see that I did that and I'm apologizing for it. That's one thing, and that's what I felt like you were saying, and that's what I did accept. But since then, you've made it clear that that is not how you felt. You said that you thought it was I misinterpreted what you said, and that it was not a wise decision, and that you don't agree with what I did and said. So that to me makes it clear that you weren't apologetic.
So you've thought about all this and decided that the best thing to do is just hop on Facebook and basically just rail on me.
I literally told you when we were on the phone call that I was going to expose you to every single person in our church. Did I not?
Well, you did, and I told you that I think you're a wolf, and I'm going to be there on the 3rd to explain why I think that.
Well, you're not welcome to come to our church.
I think I was pretty sure that you kind of backed off that I'm going to expose you to everybody in the church business, since you said we were going to go soul winning together, and then you texted me a bunch of nice, friendly messages, which was also very suspicious since you've never been nice to me one time ever. And so it seemed like now I'm pretty sure you're a wolf, that you're just trying to get closer to me so that you could, find a way to hurt me or get back at me or get rid of me. And you've decided, nope, too much work, maybe not be able to do it.
I wanted to believe you because you said repeatedly that you hadn't sent those messages, and I thought maybe there's another possible explanation.
Right.
But since more evidence has come to light, it seems super obvious that it's you.
How? Okay. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Pastor Shelley. I don't know as much about Facebook, I guess, as you do, but I didn't send any messages to anybody. So you can get all the evidence you want, unless you've got something that says Bo sent it. I mean, you're railing and you're making stuff up, and you're doing it publicly without coming to me.
How am I railing to say that I believe you sent it?
Well, do you have proof of it?
No, I said that I don't.
Well, that's railing. I mean, literally, you've literally preached that. You can't go around saying something you don't have proof of and think you've literally preached that.
I can have an opinion, Bo. That's different than railing.
Well, but you having an opinion and posting it on Facebook and telling everybody that I'm wicked is a lot more than just, hey, I think that sky's awful blue today. That's not your opinion. Your opinion is influencing others to hate me. And that's why I know you're a wolf and you're not a pastor. You don't love me. Who do you love? Who have you proven? I'm sorry?
All I did was post both of our conversations.
Well, I'm gonna post the whole conversation because I've recorded the whole thing.
I'm sure you did.
Well, of course, I don't trust you. I mean, good grief, look what happened. We talked. We said, hey, we'll speak.
You're listening to flat earthers.
Oh my gosh! And what is the deal with you?
Why would you do that?
Why are you always making everything about the flat earth and about you? It's like the two most important things in the world to Pastor Shelley are that nobody believes different than him and that everyone likes him.
People believe differently than all the time.
We decided, you called me a Judas, I called you a wolf, and then at the end of the conversation, I said, we've said some hard things, but if you'd still allow me, I'd like to go soul winning with you. And basically, the implication was that, we'll be able to meet face to face like men and have some time together, which we've never done. And you don't want to do that. You're not happy with that. You've thought about it more and decided that that's not going to be beneficial to you, or what? I mean, are you?
My post is accurate. whenever I said to you I was sincere, and I said that I had decided I was going to just try to believe you and give you the benefit of the doubt. But after new evidence has been suggested that you're the only person that can even possibly fit the criteria of someone that sent the messages, whether or not I can prove that or not, I have strong reason to believe it is you. And besides that, it doesn't matter. Even if it's not you, even if you never even looked at the post, it doesn't matter. You literally are calling your pastor a wolf. You're literally saying you don't trust him.
I don't.
You're trying to say that I'm worse than Romero.
Well, no, I never said you were worse than.
I'm not a good pastor.
No, don't put worse.
Said that I was worse. The church is worse than when Romero was pastor.
That's what I said, right? Yeah, I didn't say you were worse than Romero. That's I don't know. You might be, but I do know the church is worse off than Romero. I know that. And let me ask you, who do you love, Pastor Shelley? Who have you given yourself for and bent over backwards for and suffered for?
I love my wife, and I love my family.
Do you love your churches?
I love those who love the Lord.
Do you love anybody in any of your churches at all? Do you love me? Do you love the people coming to Steadfast OKC? You've not proven it, man.
The Bible says open rebuke is better than secret love.
Exactly.
So, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't just rebuke you openly. So,
yeah.
Well, I wish you would just get rid of these loser friends that you're hanging out with and talking with and consorting with. Stop watching their stupid channels and just get right. If you change your attitude and you change your railing against me, then, we can move on. But I'm not going to allow someone to be in my church that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously poisoned against me.
You know what I think of when you say open rebuke is better than secret love? I think faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Because you were texting me just the other day, just as sweeter than you've ever been and trying to get close to me. And, we're going to go soul winning. We're going to have a better relationship regardless of where you're at or whatever. And now you're throwing up on Facebook all this wicked stuff. And of course, you've got the people that are the biggest sycophants, that are the biggest butt kissers coming out of the woodwork to kiss your butt. I'll be there on the 3rd, and I guess we'll just have to talk like men. And, if I'm not going to come to the church, that's fine. But at least...
You're not welcome to come to the church, and you'll be thrown out if you show up.
Well,
you have a chain battery.
You're going to have to need a bunch of people to throw me out, Pastor Shelley, because you're not going to be able to do it yourself.
Why would you do that?
Well, because I am...
Why would you come to a church that nobody wants you there and you don't want to be there?
Well, let me tell you why. Because I don't know that nobody wants me there, but I do love the church, and I'm going to at least tell the people the truth and tell the people what they...
Oh, okay. What's the truth? What's the supposed truth, though?
Well, the truth is that you're a wolf, Pastor Shelley, that you've done every single thing you can do.
What evidence do you have to suggest that I'm a wolf?
Well, for one, you've lied to me personally. I mean, I'm going to release this conversation. Here's another thing. All the hard questions and accusations that I had for you before, you didn't answer any of them. I mean, you just answered with silence. All that you ever wanted to talk about was me sending a screenshot.
Not any questions that you asked me that I didn't give a satisfactory answer to. Just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean it wasn't a satisfactory answer.
Well, I don't think 8 seconds of silence is a satisfactory answer to you. I think that's just a signal of disdain and contempt is all that is. To the question about how did our church get into this position when you took over with all your love and care, and now, people are not coming, people are not soul winning, the preachers are not, they're not giving token effort, they don't seem to care at all. How did we get in this situation? If you love us so much, if you care about us so much, how come you haven't come to see us even any more than Romero did when he was a guy that was obviously living very lasciviously? How come things have gotten worse instead of better?
That's provably, a lot of things you just said are provably false.
What? What's provably false?
I've gone there on about a 6-week basis. The only exception was the coronavirus thing. And Romero, I was told, did not show up for several months. So,
yeah, well, he was only our pastor for a few months. So, well, and the stuff like when I said you had your backpack on just the minute the prayer was over after we got done, trying to hang out with us.
That's a lie. I literally stayed there way longer than I ever stayed at Houston when I go to Pure Words and preach for them on Thursday night.
Is that right?
I stayed there way longer. I stayed there till 9:30.
Wow.
And 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And then I have to drive all the way back to Fort Worth, which I get home at 1:30 in the morning. And I've literally sat there and talked to people for at least an hour after I preached.
So let me ask you a question. This is what I said before, that it's not biblical for the pastor to decide that somebody's railing on him, and then he just goes to the church and tells them how wicked.
I didn't just decide side, I have proof.
Well, whatever. You don't have any proof at all. You made that very clear. You made that very clear.
I was sent text message evidence of you railing against me, and you've taken that back then.
When have you?
And
Oh my goodness.
You know the conversation that we just had, where you literally are calling me a wolf.
I'm
and
gonna.
You said you don't care about me. You said that I'm not a good pastor, and more or less words.
Well,
I mean, what do you need?
What's a pastor's job, Pastor Shelley? I'm not your pastor. You're supposed to be my pastor. You're supposed to care about me.
Help people serve Christ better.
Yeah, I don't see you doing that in Oklahoma City. That's for sure. Let me say this, and I'll leave you because I just wanted to give you the courtesy of calling you because I'm not some backstabbing railer just going to throw a bunch of stuff up on Facebook to influence everybody's opinions. I'd rather talk to a man face to face. But I've got to say this again.
I'm just making it public, so
I know you are.
You know,
That's your strategy.
Other people have told me that you said negative things about me
Who?
behind my back. So
that's not true. I haven't.
You went to Tanner and you were being disgruntled about things that I've said.
I've talked to Tanner and asked him questions, and I haven't really tried to influence Tanner's opinion, but I've asked him some hard questions, and the reason is because you've put Tanner as my local bishop. Who should I go to? Who should I go to?
If you have a problem with me, you should go to me.
Well,
it doesn't matter who your pastor is. If you have a problem with someone, you go to them directly.
That's a great idea. How come you threw all this up on Facebook then?
We already talked on the phone.
Because
we talked for an hour and a half.
Yeah, right. And so now you've just decided that you're just going to influence everyone's opinion, and that'll be it for me. But let me say this: it's not.
If I'm so wrong, if I'm such in the wrong here, then why am I influencing everybody?
Well, because you're their pastor.
It's so obvious that I'm in the wrong here.
Because you're their pastor, and you know very obviously that they're going to listen to you, and many people are going to do that, regardless. I mean, many people are going to follow you off the cliff, and I mean,
what did I post in that online that's not true?
Well, you're just basically telling everybody how bad I am and how wicked I am. And I mean, what happened that, I told you the truth. I told you all my concerns. I told you that, we go soul winning together. I kind of wanted to see you in action. I kind of wanted to spend a moment with you and really get to form my opinion. And then you've just decided, no, I'm not going to let him do that. I'm just going to kick him out right now without ever giving him a chance. I'm not going to bring him before the church, 1 Corinthians 5. I'm not going to do anything right. I'm just going to do it my way on Facebook. And that's not right, Pastor Shelley. Let me say this again. This is not biblical, this idea about the pastor telling everyone in the church that Mr. So-and-so is a railer and that he's wicked. And then he's gone. That is not turning the flesh over to Satan that the soul might be saved. That is just railing on somebody and making all of his friends hate him. And then he can never come back.
1 Corinthians 5 for everything. I can do Matthew 18. I went to you privately. You didn't want to hear. Now it's in public. Now everybody can see what you said.
What do you mean I didn't want to hear?
Situation. And if you don't want to listen, you want to try to physically show up, we'll physically throw you out unless you're changing your opinion.
Well, this was not the resolution or the result of our conversation just a few days ago. You changed your tune and changed your mind, and you did so without speaking to me. Is that right?
We spoke on the phone.
And we spoke on the phone.
I decided to see if I could possibly give you the benefit of the doubt.
And the next day you were even texting me and being nice.
I was sincere when I texted you
and
said that I wanted to go soul winning with you and that I was going to try to work on a relationship.
But 2 days later.
But then after getting more information.
No, you didn't get any more information. What more information did you get?
Our conversation and in thinking about a lot of things that you said, it was clear to me that you'd actually taken back all of the railings you'd done to me in the past.
What more information did you get? I don't believe that. I don't believe you got more information. There's no more information to get. I don't believe that. What'd you get?
So it doesn't matter because even if I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you sent those screenshots, it doesn't even change anything because you've clearly taken back your ruling.
What more information? You said you got more information, and that's why you changed your mind and decided, I'm just going to completely go back on everything I said to Bo, and I'm just going to completely, not stick to my word.
That caused me to reconsider our conversation. That is not, so the only thing that matters is our conversation.
Okay.
Like I said, unless you decide that you're going to change your opinion about what you said to me, then I don't want you in our church because it's not beneficial.
What exactly?
You being in a church you don't want to be in, Bo.
What exactly?
Why would that make any sense logically?
What exactly?
I'm going to a church that I don't like the pastor. I think he's a wolf. I'm disgruntled against the situation. I would say you need to go to a different church.
Well, if you were in a church where you thought the pastor was a wolf, what would be the best result? The best result would be to tell everybody and get rid of that wolf. Let me ask you, what do I need to change my opinion on exactly?
I've already made that clear several times already.
Well,
you have to be railing against me, you calling me a wolf, and saying, all the other derogatory things about.
So basically, I just need to think you're great, and it'll be all good.
You don't have to think I'm great.
I don't?
You have to be sincerely apologetic that you shouldn't have said those things to me or about me. That does not mean you have to have a favorable opinion about me. It doesn't mean that anybody has to think I'm great. I don't care what people think about me.
That's definitely not true.
It's right for someone to say those things about me.
Okay. Well, I asked you before, why didn't you just suffer yourself to be defrauded and take hurt, be a bigger man?
That has nothing to do with this context. That's ripping the scripture out of context. I have no problem with receiving, just being defrauded, but that's a different biblical issue.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, like I said, I'm going to release the whole conversation, and I'll be there on the 3rd, if nothing else, to talk to you face to face, because I think you owe that to me. And I guess
don't owe you anything at this point. You owe me an apology, and if you're not willing to do that, then you will be thrown out, even if you try to come in.
Okay. By who exactly?
You're not welcome. What?
Who's going to throw me out?
Me and the church.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just have a few things to say. And, like I said, I have proven myself. You're not going to be able to tell everybody that I'm a wicked heretic.
I don't know why you want to ridicule yourself and your family. I wouldn't do it. I think you should just walk away and just go find a different church.
Sure, yeah.
Go to a different church.
I mean, obviously, you don't want me to come and say anything. You weren't even willing to come soul with me and be amicable.
I've left you in a Facebook group so you can say whatever you want, Bo.
Well, I'm not going to answer it like that. I think that's weak. That's real weak.
Because you don't have anything to say.
Well, I'll just answer the whole conversation, and I'll just answer that. I'll just leave that there, and then we'll just let the people decide.
I left you there, so if you wanted to just prove how anything I said was wrong, you can do it. But
no, you left me there because, like you've always done, you want me to react and get mad so that you can say, look at this wicked guy, and then I'll be, the bad guy. But I have not, because I'm not in the wrong, Pastor Shelley. I've not done anything wrong. I've been faithful to church. I've been faithful to soul winning. I have been 100% behind this church. I have been probably the biggest proponent of this church. And now I'm asking questions because our church is falling apart. I'm saying that the pastor is either
our
not...
church is not falling apart. You're falling apart. And you need to quit.
Well, that's revisionist history. You are a grade A narcissist. Everything you do is like grade A narcissism. You are, it is bad. It's real bad. Maybe you know that. I don't know. Hey, I looked up the church that you went to. You said Trinity Fellowship Church. That's like a blue lights, like a concert kind of church. They're not King James only. That's a terrible church. How long did you go there?
It's a bad church. I spent most of my life going to that church.
Well, that was one of your proofs of believing the Trinity, that you went to Trinity Fellowship Church. That was not a very good one.
Well, Catholics believe the Trinity, and that's obviously a horrible church. What is that? That's like a straw man argument.
Sure, yeah. Well, I'm not talking to Catholics. I'm talking to you. The Trinity Fellowship Church, was that the church you were in before you went to Faithful Word, or was there another one?
No, I went to Arden Road Baptist Church in Amarillo, Texas.
You say...
Why does it matter?
I'm just curious. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, you're just so curious, though.
Because I want to figure out what you are, Pastor Shelley, and more it looks like you're not qualified, you're not prepared, and it makes me wonder why you're in this position.
I'm honest about everything that I need to be open and honest about, and I have nothing to hide. I've never had anything to hide. And if you think that I want to be in charge of all these churches for selfish ambition, then you're just deceived.
I'm a what?
It sounds like you're really deceived by a lot
deceived.
Of these goals, so.
I see. Well, I wonder why you want to be in charge of all these churches, because it's not because you love them and want to put your heart into them. You've not been able to do that.
You can't even, you don't even know anything about what I do on a day-to-day basis.
I don't, but I know about Oklahoma City. I'm here.
I question if I love any single person in my church.
Right. Well, I don't know about any of that.
You don't care about that.
I know about Oklahoma.
I literally use your words against you, and you just make up railing accusations against me.
You use my words against me?
Yeah, you literally said that I'm a wolf. I'm just quoting that.
Well, let me use your words. Aren't you the guy that said if things don't add up, then start asking questions?
Sure.
that your words?
Sure.
So that's all I've done.
I provided other witnesses to testify if there's anything.
I mean,
suspicious about the financial
I said some
issue
hard
with
things
them.
to you, and I kept it between us, and I was me and you were gonna spend time personally. You didn't do that. You aired it out and got it out in the open. It seems like you
leaving our conversation private, even though you said some really horrible things. But at the end of the day, it's too severe, and I'm not going to sit here and just stay under attack. Life's too short, and the people in that church are too precious. I'm not going to sit there and just let someone that hates our church.
I don't hate our church. You're making stuff up. I mean, you're painting me in a corner I don't belong in. I don't hate our church. I've made that so very clear.
I didn't say you definitively hated our church.
Yes, you just said that.
Your actions seem like it.
It seems like you hate our church from my perspective, Pastor Shelley. That's why I'm asking these questions.
I should let people that dislike our church and the pastor stay in the church.
Here's what I think you should do. Here's what I would like you to do. Here's the only way that I'm ever going to take back the things I've said and not release the conversation. And, who knows? I don't know where I'll end up. But I would like you to just disavow that Facebook post and say that I'm going to have Bo in church on the 3rd. I'm going to go soul winning with him personally, spend some personal time with him, and make a determination. I think that's what you should do. And that's what I'd like to do.
I'll take that Facebook post down immediately as soon as you're apologetic and sincere.
Well, apologetic for what?
And you're not welcome in the church.
Apologetic for what?
You need to change. I've already told you multiple times. I'm not going to tell you again. If you can't figure it out, then I'm not going to.
So I need to be apologetic for not believing in you?
I don't want you to show up unless you have a changed attitude and opinion. And so I think I'm done with this conversation. I've already told you it multiple times.
I think it's just really, really weak the way you just completely stabbed me in the back and lied to me and texted me all those nice things and then, turned around and posted some mean post. And, you got what you wanted. Ken's the perfect guy to just jump in and say, oh, terrible, wicked, I knew it all along. Just like I said, that's not biblical, Pastor Shelley. Nobody's going to want to come back to that church.
Behind my back. I literally posted everything I said to you about you publicly.
When did I talk to you? When did I talk about you behind your back?
Several months ago, there was a group text.
Oh my gosh!
Negative things about me privately and backstabbing me. You're the one that's literally backstabbed me.
That's not
I've
true.
Never done that.
That's not true.
Said everything.
That's not true.
I'm done with this conversation.
All right, I'll see you on the 3rd.